Thank you. So one of my questions is, you mentioned there were 6 countries so far that have these eco centers.
16.
16.
Actually, 16, yes.
So how would other countries be able to involve themselves?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I could imagine, for example, countries like Egypt, for example. We have currently no footprint in Egypt, and I have traveled myself to Cairo, and I've seen how much plastic waste is lying on the street. So we were obviously hoping to find other groups around the world, whether it be faith-based organizations, could be, for example, a local faith-based organization from the Middle East, which is working with their communities in their country, and we would be really glad to be able to talk to them, to show them our model and figure out whether they can adapt this and implement it also in their own cultural way and in their own style, obviously. And but it doesn't mean only Egypt. I mean, I could also think of countries like Greece, for example, or Italy, but obviously also many countries in Asia and the Americas. I mean, this plastic problem and waste problem is really a global problem. So there's really potential to do this everywhere. From the political level, that progress might be a little bit too slow in order to achieve the 1.5 degree targets, or even the 2 degree targets. So that's why it's really, really important that the society as a whole understands this and says, yes, climate change is important, environmental protection is important, and how can I also contribute by myself? Because some people, they are overwhelmed by those fast developments and they feel a bit lost, and they feel, somebody is talking about it on a climate conference, but what does it really mean to me in my daily life? And are there opportunities for me as an individual to join in and to work on it as well? And recycling is one thing, and yesterday we talked about diet. So what do I eat? Do I eat meat or do I eat vegetables? And we have an ethical eating day at Tzu Chi as well, which is on the 11th of January each year, where we have already raised over 1.3 million people worldwide who joined this. It says, yes, on every 11th of January I'm doing a free voluntary veggie day. And this is just as a start. And this is another great example where people can really work together to achieve a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Now this is more on like the recycling process and the technological side. Now I don't know in particular how you guys actually process the plastic and into secondary materials, but is the issue of like microplastics addressed in that process? Like, is there anyone's leaching more into the environment with the way that the process is done?
The idea is obviously to avoid that the plastic gets thrown away or ends up on the ground, or is buried underground, or even ends up in the oceans. So because then, as you said correctly, it will deteriorate really, really slowly into microplastics, and you don't really see it, but it is still there, and it's harming also the sea life. And I heard some scientists say that it even has an impact on the health of the ocean, for example. So if there's too much plastic and microplastic in the ocean, the amount of diversity and sea life will change. And this means that the possibility of oceans to absorb carbon dioxide is also being reduced. And that's why I said it's really, really a big topic, and you need to really look at the big picture.